and seeing that most people here are people who have ambition to actually be outside the country, and you need actually test skills which are of high demand for people who are in, um, who want to work out there. So I'm about to share my screen. Uh, I want to confirm everybody can hear me. Can they see my screen?
Can hear you. Can't see your screen.
Yes, can see your screen. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Um, so, introduction, why cybersecurity matters. Um, One, because of security, bank account, social media, loss of data. We got cybersecurity protects individuals and organizations in the digital age, and cybercrime. It has been predicted that cybercrime could cost about 10.5 trillion annually by 2025. We're already in 2025, and that is the prediction for cybercrime. So imagine if this is the cost of it. Just imagine how much is stands to gain. As a matter of fact, I am certain that the need for cybersecurity is more than the available professionals in there. So it's a very, very good skill to for everybody to actually go into. Imagine waking up one morning and finding out that your bank account has been emptied. Social media accounts have been hacked, like Instagram, Facebook. You could wake up one morning and um, you want to log into your Facebook account and they're telling you password wrong, user not found. Somebody has hacked your social media and using your social media to actually reach out to your friends, impersonate you and do a lot of all sort of things. How do you fight back? How do you actually gain back your accounts? This is where cybersecurity professionals come in. There are a lot of people, there are a lot of rules in cybersecurity, which we'll talk about across the discussion. You get to see that a lot of rules, but this is more than this is more than what the world actually means right now because we're moving into a tech-based IT world. So why should you care? Cybersecurity is everywhere. Every time you shop online, use social media, or you log into an app, cybersecurity is always at play. It's at work protecting you. When you log into your bank apps, right, it asks for your password, it asks for your fingerprint. Cybersecurity is at work. Sometimes some people, which is professional and advised, recommended for people to use two-factor authentication when logging into their social media accounts. When a hacker wants to hack or change your password and everything, it sends you a code for that. Oh, do you want to change this code? And this is the code for you to put in if you want to change this code. Two-factor authentication is what is a solution of cybersecurity professionals. It's always at work everywhere. Everything you're doing, when you plug on your PC, your laptop, your phone, the password, everything is all solutions of cybersecurity. So the demand for cybersecurity professionals is growing rapidly, with job openings far outpacing the number of qualified individuals. The amount of qualified individuals we have in the cybersecurity world is not enough. Like we need more people. And is it accessible for everyone? You don't need a degree in IT or years of experience to start learning cybersecurity. So it welcomes all beginners from all backgrounds. I could give you an example. Me, I didn't start out as a cybersecurity professional. I started out as a marketing specialist, digital marketing to be precise. I do everything digital marketing, and then I felt I wanted to do more. It got boring for me, right? And I looked around and what was one thing I could do. And coincidentally, I was hacked because I'm very sure a lot of you actually download movies online, free movies, free books. You know, maybe you stream matches, you go to some free sites and everything. And people do not understand the, the precautions or uh, the things that happens at the back end of some of these things you download for free, right? You can get easily the malware can be inserted into your devices along with the things you are downloading. So as at then, I was downloading a movie, and then for some reason my system started misbehaving. I noticed that even my work mail, like my colleagues were getting mails from me, like my work mail was even hacked, and then I was curious. I was interested. I was like, how can one do such things? I actually wanted to know how to do those things, and then in turn, I now learned how to protect myself. You know, getting through FAs and all. So it's anybody can actually come in and learn cybersecurity. I'm just giving you an example that if I can do it as a marketing specialist, you could also do it. So I've had more than 4 or 5 years experience in cybersecurity right now, and I'm truly enjoying it. It is very engaging and active. So what is cybersecurity, you might ask? Do anybody have an idea different from what they have seen on my screen what cybersecurity is? I would like to know if anybody wants to give their own. Do anybody take us? Anyone here? Hold on, I'm trying to look the names. Okay. Um, I don't know why my device is actually acting up. Hold on, please give me a minute.
Okay, so we have Brainwave Media and Comfort to Change Those Hands Waste. So let's start with Brainwave Media. You can give your definition, please. Unmute your mic and
Oh,
give your
okay, thank you very
definition.
much. Yeah, you could actually just help me.
Sorry, there's a spammer in the comment section called Ige Israel. Kindly ignore that message. He has been spamming us since yesterday. So if you are wise, I would advise not to deal with him. Ige Israel, he just sent a message in the comment section. Kindly ignore him and don't fall victim of his scam. Right? Thank you very much. Please can continue.
Okay, so Brainwave Media, please proceed.
Hello, Brainwave Media. We can hear you. Anything? Okay. In the absence of, I can't hear anything. So let's carry on. Cybersecurity is like protecting computers, networks, and data from unauthorized access. Where you is like, how will I put it? Okay, the analogy here is thinking of is unlocking all doors and windows in your digital house. When you leave the house, right, you want to, or when you're in the house, or when you're leaving the house, you want to make sure your house is secure. Not because of you don't want anybody to just scatter the house. You are protecting the valuable things in the house, right? And you want to make sure the house is actually okay for you to come back in. When you're inside the house, you want to protect yourself in the house. So that is how cybersecurity works. It is protecting computers and networks from unauthorized access. Now, there are people who actually, like the spammer on the comment section. Sorry, I'm using that analogy. Like the spammer on the comment section, we don't know what his motive is or whatever he's angling at, right? We have to protect ourselves against people like this. When they try to come into the house, there's a password you need to put in before they get in. Networks you need to protect. Even among like the networks, for example, you might be in a company and you have the senior management, the junior management, you have, and the kind of information that's released to the junior management and the senior management are different. You need to have some credentials to actually get some information as a senior management. Now, a junior management is not accessing some information that is supposed to be accessed by senior management. As a cybersecurity specialist, you are failed in that aspect because you need to actually put in protocols that this junior management should put in if he has access. Now, if somebody gives him the access to actually get those information, that means he has been authorized to get the access. So, in a nutshell, cybersecurity is protecting computers and networks from unauthorized access, right? Examples are phishing emails, ransomware, and malware. Phishing emails, I just give an example of when I was hacked initially before my adventure into cybersecurity, and my colleagues were getting mails from me, right? They were getting mails from me with links, or do so and so thing, or you are supposed to do so and so thing, and then they'll put a link for you to click on. If I had not initially, I was alert and I had to, inform the IT department that, oh, I think I have been hacked, and they're getting emails from. I'm seeing sent emails from me to a lot of colleagues. People have not even contacted via email before, and they had to shut down my email. They had to shut down my email, and then my curiosity began. So those are phishing emails where you can just get emails from unknown people, and they'll be asking you to do some things or have some link there for you to click on. Then ransomware and malware, those are those things you could get. And mind you, I said you could get when you log into some scrupulous websites. The torrent site, Pirate Bay. Uh, Back then, I don't know how many people are millennials. Then we used to go into WAP Trick, WAP Loaded, and then when you click on it, you want to download the game, it pops up another link, and then you see some things loading. A lot of times back then we didn't know what that is, right? But through those processes, you could get ransomware or malware into your um, um, devices. Like common threats, still talking about cybersecurity, you have phishing, fake emails, or messages trying to steal your information. Malware, these are malicious softwares like viruses and spyware, that could actually, take hold of your devices and your information. Ransomware, hackers encrypt your data and demand payment to release it. Now, this ransomware is actually not as common as the viruses and spyware. So I don't know if anybody have had any events where they see on their device maybe a document or a folder is having a lock key. Like you guys could see this lock key that is here on this guy on the image here. You could see a lock key or a question mark on those devices, on those items on your system, maybe folders, maybe documents, and then you don't know how to go about it. It was a ransomware. So these hackers encrypt this data and in turn blackmail you for you to pay a ransom for them to decrypt it. Most times their targets are mostly companies, high organizations, huge organizations. Those are most their targets because when they encrypt the data of huge organizations, these people have um, no other option than to pay. Sometimes they have ethical hackers on standby to now battle these incidents and and get back their data from. But most times, this you see the reason why almost all organizations on the earth need cybersecurity specialists, right? Be it whatever you are doing, whatever service, whatever product you're doing, as long as you have informations and data, they need a cybersecurity specialist to actually be on alert and doing their activities. Then another common trait we have social engineering, tricking people into revealing sensitive details. Uh, Social engineering is a threat, is a common tool being used by our popular Yahoo boys. When they used to get informations and get people to actually do what they want to do. So, what are the basic protection strategies for against these common threats? We got strong passwords. These are just basic protection strategies. A lot of you actually use your name or your mother's name or your baby's name to use as password. So people even go as Kerechiku 1234, which is a very, very, very wrong thing to do, right? You use a mix of letters, numbers, and symbols to avoid using personal details like birthdays, right? So you do not want to make it very easy for the hacker or the person who wants to, or the spammer, to actually want to get your details. You will not use birthdays. You will not use numbers that are sentimental to you. You want to mix them up. That if you do not know how to come up with it in your head, you could go to I know Avast. Avast have a password generator where it just generates a list of items for you to use as password. It mixes letters, numbers, and symbols. Uh, Not saying that if you use this password that your items are 100% secure, because we have things we call, you could be informed on time that, oh, somebody is trying to break into your house, and then you could do something. You could act fast. You could change the password, right? You could do a lot of things. They will have multi-factor authentication, which adds an extra layer of security by requiring a code sent to your phone or email. I always recommend a phone, right? I recommend a phone, or the thing I didn't add here is there's apps that we use for multi-factor authentication. These apps generate code like your OTP codes, which in seconds expires. So it generates codes, you know, um, continuously, right? 30 seconds, a code is expired. 30 seconds, a code is expired. So when you want to log into your social media account or whatever um, um, information you want to get into, those codes is generated for you to log in, right? Once it's 30 seconds is expired, right, it makes it very difficult for any jailbreaker to. I don't think there's we have those kind of skilled people right now that in our vicinity, right? Maybe in Nigeria, sure. But I know outside the country there are a lot of skilled ethical hackers that could jailbreak things, but you need to make it very difficult for them. And now the other one is be alert. We saw how um, the moderator actually announced of a spammer in the comment section. He was alert. He noticed things. He noticed suspicious things like, oh, this guy has just been spamming and saying a lot of rubbish from yesterday, and from today he has already sounded the alarm, and everybody's on alert, and we ignore, and they can try to kick him out. So these are basic protection strategies we can do in cybersecurity. So what are the key concepts in cybersecurity? CIA triad, firewall, and encryption. These are the basic concepts. One of the key concepts in cybersecurity. The CIA triad is an acronym. It means confidentiality, integrity, availability. As a cybersecurity specialist, your key thing for you to do is keep information private. Whoever does not need to know about something or access something does not get to access them. How do you do this? You do this by setting protocols, by implementing protocols, right? So you keep the information private, number one. Integrity, you ensure that data isn't tampered with. So whatever data is that was saved, right, uh, should be the same thing that should be met there whenever they want to access such data. Uh, Example of integrity is the banks. When you log into your bank app, right, and you have 9,000 naira in your bank account, you come in and open your bank account and you're saying 0 naira, you will sound an alarm. It means the security of the bank app or the bank organization or the organization is porous, is weak. Somebody has stamped something. Somebody has to explain what is going on there. So what you log into there has to be the same thing that you left there. Do you get? So integrity, ensuring that data isn't tampered with. A lot of hackers actually want to, go in there and tamper with um, a lot of information or data. Right? They want to change the amount of money in their bank accounts. They want to, wipe people's money. And as a cybersecurity specialist, your key one of your key mission is to ensure that those things aren't tampered with. So availability, making sure systems and data are accessible when needed. Uh, the system that is used to protect your your social media accounts or your bank accounts or whatever information uh, you are protecting needs to be active 247. If there's a downtime, it means whatever you're protecting is open, right? So when you highlight confidentiality, integrity, and availability, right, it makes sure that if you have these three things actually figured out and on point, it means that you have scored a great mark on one of the key concepts in cybersecurity. Another thing is firewall, a digital barrier that blocks unauthorized access to your computer and network. It's basically what we were talking about before. And encryption, scrambling data so only authorized people can read it. So you have an information that is requested by a senior manager or a user, right? And he does not have the credentials to actually access that information or that data. It means he is not worthy to actually access it. If he has that data, if he has those credentials that was implemented by you, it means he is authorized to actually read it. So these are the key concepts that we're gonna face in cybersecurity, and we'll talk about this a lot. We'll dissect this and pieces this when we are talking about when we are in the boot camp, and the boot camp by February, right? I hope I'm correct. The moderators will actually give you more information about that. Career pathways in cybersecurity. I'm very sure a lot of you are actually interested in what are the career paths for you in cybersecurity. There are a lot of roles in cybersecurity, but this is some common ones that I could talk about now. In the course of your study or your learning in cybersecurity, you will get to find one you love, and you just naturally just stick up to it, right? So we got penetration tester. This is basically for ethical hackers. They stimulate, attack, and find vulnerabilities. I'm gonna in the next slide you're gonna see more about these career pathways. We got security analysts, cloud security specialists, SOC analysts, and uh, certifications. These are the certifications that actually help you in your career pathways. So penetration tester. Please, I want to know if everybody is getting me or if you have any questions, because I would like to know if you have any questions that you want me to from what I've been talking about since. Any questions, anybody? Am I allowed to go on?
Yes, you can go on. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Ebene. Someone is saying I cannot see the slide. How my slide is still sharing. Can anyone see the slide? Can everyone see the slide?
We can see a slide, sir.
So I don't know. I think I'm not conversant with Google Meet.
Please, can you
Please.
help display the last slide before this?
Okay, this one.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Career pathway. Okay.
So any question, anybody, can I move on?
Yeah, for my end, you can go on.
Okay. Okay. So penetration tester, these are ethical hackers. Their responsibility is to stimulate attacks to identify vulnerabilities in systems and networks. They develop and execute tests to assess the effectiveness of security controls. They provide detailed reports on findings and recommendations for remediation. These are just big grammars. Penetration tester actually is concerned about finding loopholes in organizations. From organization, right? Sometimes periodically, right? I try to find out, which loopholes one can get into actually steal information, right? I try to see if I can hack the encryption that was done on some data, and this is because I'm working for the company, so I can do it. As a penetration tester, you have to have the legal rights, right, to actually want to test the network system, the security systems of any organization, because it's illegal if you do it and they catch you. You're gonna spend a very long time in jail, right? And after paying for damages, I mean. So as my job role actually allows me to actually want to test this, and then when I see there's a loophole, are trying to find a way to come up with solutions to block these loopholes. As a penetration tester, there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people that um, there are a lot of what's the word to sorry for lack of English, I beg. There are people who their job is to actually attack organizations and find out loopholes. When they find out loopholes, they hack into those accounts, those organizations like MTN, downtime. Everybody just gets free airtime. You know, their debt was cleared, right? A job of penetration tester is to actually ascertain how those guys got in before that event happened. If they had a credible penetration tester, he would have found out a way that these hackers can go in and do these things and block those pathways. And these people are highly sought after. As a penetration tester, they are highly sought after. There are rewards being given out to people who, so there are games being, if you go on Google and type penetration testers rewards or games, I think there are organizations who actually put out a, a standing challenge that if you can hack into this, they will give you a small amount, right? They're trying to be sure, especially organizations who bring about cybersecurity solutions. They have this challenge where they tell you if you can hack into this thing or this portfolio or whatever, right? You stand to win a huge sum of amount, and then in turn they actually bring you in to actually now tell them how you did it and what are the steps and solutions to actually block these pathways. What are the skills required for a penetration tester? They got deep understanding of network protocols. TCP, IP, OSI model. These are the things you will learn in the course of our training in the bootcamp. Uh, Proficiency in various operating systems, Windows, Linux, Mac OS. If you have a Windows system, you have a Linux OS operating system, or a Mac OS, you can actually carry on your penetration testing work easily. But note that some of these devices need to have some some specifications, right, for these things to for you to carry out your job diligently. uh, so you need to have a knowledge of programming and scripting language like Python, Perl, Ruby for a penetration tester role. You need to be familiarize yourself with common attack vectors like phishing, malware, social engineering. You need to learn and train yourself on how to you know check out these things easily, right? Um, Wait, hold on, please. A minute, please. Sorry, I'm back. So you need to have strong analytical and problem-solving skills. You need to be able to, on your feet, think quickly. It's not something that you want to. I'll do them tomorrow. I'm tired. As a cybersecurity specialist, you work late into the night. Late into the night, you might have sleepless nights. But on the right side, we per year as per ZipRecruiter, right? It's a recruiting platform online in the US. The average pay for a penetration tester is about $119,000 per year. Average means it could be more than this. Not it could be, they are more than this, right? You stand to earn greatly, but your skills have to be your skills need to be honed. You need to be a, a person of authority in such field for you to earn more than this. But so there's a lot of stress and troubles in penetration testing, but it's something you can do easily because there's a great reward. The next is security analyst. Mind you, please, these are just some popular rules that I know about, and these are rules that I have you know participated in. So that's why I am highlighting them. There are a lot of more rules that you could actually get in. Um, Please hold on for a minute. Sorry, please. I'm so sorry, guys. So sorry, guys. So we got responsibilities of security analysts. We got monitor security systems. Systems we talk about firewalls, intrusion detection systems, CM. For threats, analyze security logs and alerts to identify and respond to incidents. We conduct threat hunting and proactive security assessment, and they investigate security incidents and gather evidence for incident response. I want to highlight a difference between the penetration tester and the security analyst. In the penetration tester, uh, we see that part of the skills required is a programming skill. I know a lot of people, a lot of you guys here are scared of programming and you don't want to do anything about programming. That's why most people actually want to stay away from cybersecurity. But we see here the security analyst, you do not need a programming skill. Some of the skills required is strong understanding of network concept and protocols, proficiency in security information and event management, CM tools. Um, CM stands for, um, can you guys hear me? Can everybody hear me?
Yes, I can.
What
Sir.
we share?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
So the word CM, SIEM, stands for Security Information and Event Management. These are tools that you set in place and you tweak it, you configure it, and they actually they are like the dogs in the compound, right? They actually watch out for anything. The familiar face they see, they wag their tail and they're okay with it. But the people they don't know, they bark and aggressively take out the person. You know, either they bark to alert the owners or the people in the compound that, oh, something is happening outside. They are trying to steal your car or they are trying to steal your wife, whatever. So that is the job of some CM tools. So part of the skills required for a security analyst is to be proficient in security information and event management. Have knowledge of common security threats and attack techniques. You need to be as a security analyst, you need to be abreast with the security world. Like your phone should be on security platforms. On Twitter, you should be having the network should be security people that talk about threats and whatever techniques they are facing. Right? You need to be abreast of such threats and attack techniques. Your ability to analyze large data sets and identify patterns. Then you need to be excellent in communication and reporting skills. So these are skills required that could be learned in the bootcamp, but they do not need any programming skills. We do not need to type any code. We just need to learn how to use these tools and understand network concepts and the protocols. If you know how to understand concepts and protocols, you can interpret it and use it anyhow you want to use it to actually carry out your job roles um, better. The salary in security analyst is about 99,400 as per the Zip Recruiter in the US per year. Average, this is an average salary of 99,400. So if you can do the calculation in your head, maybe 1.6 or 1.7, I don't know, whatever you want to use. The next one is cloud security specialist. Their responsibilities are to secure data and applications hosted on cloud platforms. We got AWS, Azure, GCP, implement and manage cloud security controls like encryption, firewalls, IAM. They ensure compliance with relevant security standards and regulations, and they conduct security audits and vulnerability assessment of cloud environments. So, uh, I just want to ask: do anybody understand what cloud environment is? Anybody, any takers? Just whatever it is, what is in your head? Do you understand what cloud environment is? Anybody? Mira, please help me. If anybody should raise up his hand, just call out the person. Let him carry on.
Okay. Guys, please, this is a very interactive class, right? Let's try as much as possible to be a part of it. So it's not just going to be the facilitator talking. Okay, I can see Mr. Bruno Chikeka's hands raised, so you can open your mic and speak.
Oh, okay, thank you. So from my understanding of cloud environment, I think it's basically a virtual computing space where you can host your softwares, enterprise tool, or whatever digital infrastructure you're using to power your business processes or your organization.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That is like a perfect example, a perfect definition. I mean, sorry. So, cloud environment. A lot of organizations use cloud environments. Um, we have on-prem. I have cloud environments. On-prem is. We got one more person. Okay, who else? Who else?
Okay, Mr. Ifan Victor.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Okay, so that means typically a cloud environment, from my own opinion, that means Google Drive is a kind of. Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Yes. 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 Yes.
So
You're right. I thought you were.
yes, I
Carry
said
on. Carry on, please.
from my own description, from my own opinion, it means that Google Drive is a typical example of a cloud environment. Does it?
Yes. 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 You're good. You're good.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Thank you very much for guys who actually uh, gave a go at it. The cloud environment is where you actually do not need to be physically present there. You just need to access it over the internet. AWS, example, this is by Amazon. Azure is by Microsoft, I guess. Why am I saying I guess? Azure, um, Amazon, Amazon AWS. These are platforms you want to get familiar with as a class security specialist. Um, they are highly sought after. I repeat, AWS, Microsoft Azure are highly sought after. Amazon have a solution the, called this AWS, and Microsoft has their own solution called the Azure, and they are highly sought after a lot. So these are the things we actually get into in the bootcamp. They implement and manage class security controls, encryption firewalls. They ensure compliance with relevant security standards and regulations. Skills required: in-depth knowledge of cloud computing and concept and technologies, familiarity with cloud security best practices and frameworks, experience with cloud native security tools and services, and understanding of virtualization. Uh, as when I checked, the salary earned by cloud security specialists is about $37 per hour and about 78,000, over 78,000 per year. This is the average, right? Mind you, guys, this is the average. Um, these are the one of some of the, but we all know that we are all going, we are all going into it for the rewards, right? And you want to know that if you break your back, if you put in the work and learn these things, what are the benefits? So I'm giving you just an average part example of what you will get, and you get to learn all these things in the boot camp, right? When if, I'm very sure the organizers will actually speak to you more about it in the boot camp. Then regarding SOC analyst, these are a lot of people actually want to be a SOC analyst. SOC analyst is very easy. It is easy peasy, right? But you might not earn as much as the penetration testers, class security specialists. Well, it depends though on how skilled are your negotiation skills with the organization that is trying to hire you. So skills required: strong understanding of networking, system administrations, and security concepts. The SOC analyst is basically someone who handles CM protocols. The CM was what I told you about. Is the it's like the watchdog of the compound, right? You set up these things, and they actually monitor the organization, and they let you, they know if they know the events that's happening in the organization, like how many people logged in, how many people are accessing a particular portfolio, how many people are inside a drive, you know. And when you see some, like as a SOC analyst, right, you know the amount of employees you have. You know practically on a daily basis you have like 40, 50 events happening in your CM tool, and then it alerts you when it sees 32. Maybe that 32 is a one off. You had intentionally given us to get into your portfolio, and the CM tool will alert you and say, oh, there are 32 people here. If they're not the people that you gave credentials, it will flag it, and then you can teach the CM tool that, oh, right, it needs to flag them up. So this CM tools learns the patterns of whatever event or whatever services you have given. So the sub analyst job is to actually tools. You have to be proficient in CM tools. Some CM tools we have. Some CM tools we have is IBM Curator. There's and there, a lot of them, the ICP, the GCP, and all. You guys need to actually be proficient in these CM tools if you want to become a SOC analyst. You need to analyze large volumes of data, identify anomalies, and you need to be excellent in communication, collaborations, and problem-solving skills. Well, I wasn't able to put the salary because it varies, right? And it's almost like it's lower than the cloud security specialist, but you can actually go research about it and get a figure on it. The essential skills for all cybersecurity roles. So we have talked about some of the skills that for some of the roles, cloud security specialist, SOC analyst, security analyst, penetration tester. But generally, for essential skills for all cybersecurity roles are basics of networking. You need to understand how computers works, how they communicate on the network, uh, network protocols, topologies, and devices. You need to learn what are the nitty-gritties, the foundational, the basis, the everything of networking. You need to understand operating systems. Familiarity with different operating systems, Windows, Linux, Mac OS, is crucial for understanding how they work and how to secure them. Some job roles might tell you that, oh, they want to use only Mac OS. The organization might tell you that they want to use only Mac OS is Apple products, like the laptop. The Linux is a very advanced operating system that is used for it could work on Mac, it could work on the Windows systems. But if you familiarize yourself with any of these OS, you are good to go in the cybersecurity world. Problem solving and analytical thinking. Sorry, those things they roll from my mouth. I'm not an English speaker like that. Uh, Cybersecurity professionals need to be able to think critically. You need to be able to analyze complex situations and find effective solutions to security challenges. Um, I'll give you an example. Um, some years back, TD Africa, the company I worked with, was that was before I came in. So I was told about the story how a hacker got into the database of TD Africa and they encrypted it, right? And it took a very genius and my predecessor, the cybersecurity professional that was there before me, he was able to, while they were negotiating, right? I don't know how we did it. So the hackers will reach out to you and they will be negotiating and say, okay, we want you to pay so amount before we decrypt whatever we have encrypted. While they were negotiating, I don't know how silly the hacker were, and he was able to send a malware into the hacker system, right? He was able to get his own and is a certified ethical hacker. He was able to develop his own malware and send it to the hacker system while they were negotiating, and then control the system from where he was. And this was a Nigerian hacker, a Nigerian cybersecurity professional, an ethical hacker in Nigeria. This guy was able to be proactive. I'm not sure anybody, I'm not sure myself, I would have thought of something like that. Maybe I'd have come with a different solution. But it is a very, very smart and ingenious problem solving skill that guy had. So you need to be able to think critically, problem solving, and whatever. Note, these are just some of the common cybersecurity rules and skills. Like I said before, the specific requirements for each role may vary depending on the organization and the nature of the work. Some organizations might tell you they want to work with Mac OS, they do not want Windows, and don't get scared. Some of them will provide these tools for you, right? They might say they want to use a Cisco solution, or they don't want to use an IBM solution, or they might even say, oh, we do not know what solution to use. What solution can you provide or can you prefer, right? So it is your job to actually be familiar with a lot of these tools. So what are some of the certifications you need to get yourself? Like we said before earlier, you do not need a degree to actually get. Anybody can do this, but you have entry-level cybersecurity certifications. The foremost of them I would actually um, recommend is the Google Cybersecurity Professional Certificate. This Google Cybersecurity Professional Certificate can be gotten free. It's in conjunction with Coursera. I'm very sure you guys know Coursera, but it is paid, but you can access it free and get certificates when you apply for financial aid. Financial aid is, if you want to go about how to get a financial aid, you could reach out to me later and we could work on it. The CompTIA Security Plus is an entry-level security certification. These are certifications that you need at entry level if you want to work internationally, right? A lot of these organizations will ask for this certification internationally. We have the ISC, this one, the International Information Security Certificate. This one here, that my cursor is basically free, and they provide resources for you to go through. You read up on it, and then before you write the certification, and you can get it. It's basically free. So the roadmap to success we can see to get this to be certified. You need to learn the basics of cybersecurity fundamentals, the key concepts. You need to be familiarize yourself with it. You need to get hands-on practice with continuous learning. You know, continuous learning will make your hand very sharp. Little by little, you don't need to actually consume a lot, right? To actually be successful. You need to just take them little by little, and before you know, you have consumed more than a lot. You need to obtain beginner certifications. You need to start with internships or entry level roles to gain experience. And you need to build community. A lot of people do not understand how to build community. You need to go into a perfect example is Twitter. When you go on Twitter, you see a lot of cybersecurity professionals. They are talking about their day-to-day, what they face in cybersecurity, what they face in the comment organization they're working with. You can learn from this. And there's one thing I do when I have a challenge for cybersecurity, and that is more than me, because trust me, you cannot know everything in cybersecurity. There are challenges that will come up with you, and your head will be hot and you want to blow up. But then that's what your community is meant for. You actually reach out to your community and reach out to them and explain, and then you meet somebody who actually has faced something similar to that, and then they can put you through on how to go about it. Example is Reddit on Google, LinkedIn, Twitter. You can meet a lot of people, especially Indians. Oh, Indians are really, really skilled at it, right? You could meet, reach out to these guys, and they will actually want to help you. It's very easy for them to help you, right? As long as you know what you are doing and what you're learning. So, in all, the resources you can actually reach out to start your journey. You have Coursera, Allison, YouTube, and you have me, and you have the bootcamp. That the bootcamp will take you hand in hand, walk you step by step on how to go about it. Um, the Coursera, you can actually learn it on your own, but then it means you might need to breaking down some complex concept or some things you do not understand. But that's what the bootcamp is meant for, to hold your hands and understand, and you understand what you're learning. I would say the next step for you to sign up for the bootcamp. I'm very sure the organizers will actually talk to you about it. And then the conclusion: cybersecurity is not just a career; it's a mission to take the digital world, to make the digital world safer. It's a mission for you to protect where your children is going to be playing at, right? You do not want your family members to start crying that, oh, they have hacked their account, they have finished everything, or your children to be saying a lot of crazy things online, right? You want to safeguard the future of your kids, your family members. You want to make the world safer. That is the mission for cybersecurity. So you can start today and be part of the solution, or you can just hang around and watch us do the work for you guys. That's all, and I'm very sure you guys have questions. So hit me.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chief Stephen Chikeka, for that. I can see a lot of hands, so I'm just going to take it. I'm going to start taking the questions. Let's see. Please, if you have questions, just signify by raising up your hands, please.
Okay, I can see Ifan Victor. You can ask a question. Ifan Victor.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. My question is, I just want to, they say SOC analysts, they protect the monitor systems and stuff like that. Or let me use pen testers for example. I mean, I want to understand. I just want to have a practical. Like, is there any typical example of how you can, is there any typical example of how you can explain this cybersecurity professionals, maybe SOC analyst or something, a typical example like you can give to just illustrate, their work, like what they do, can you give a typical example, like to help me understand what, these professionals does, like for maybe SOC analyst, for example. Hello.
Okay, all right. A a SOC analyst, right, is like a security operations center, right?
Okay.
Is responsible for monitoring and analyzing and responding to security incidents in organizational environments. Uh, they monitoring alerts. So maybe a SOC analyst receives an alert from the organization's email security that a suspicious email sent several emails to an employee, right? So he gets an alert from, so he has a dashboard that is always on him, right? He can access it via his device, via his phone, via his laptop. He has already set up this system in place, and he gets an alert that, oh, there's a suspicious email that we have not come across with, that we have not seen before, and it is sending emails to a lot of employees, right? So his job now, right now, is to act. He will first review the email, review the content of what is sending, right? He could actually contain that email first, make sure that any email from that any emails from that email address that is suspicious is not going out. He first make it put it like just like putting it on pause, right? Then he checks the content of what the guy is sending or what the person is sending, and find out, okay, if it is legit, genuine. He checks the address of where it is, where it's coming from. Is it from Microsoft.com? Is it from where? It contains these things, and it redirects it and makes it okay that this is a suspicious link, is a spammer. You can just make it, delete or block such addresses from there. That is a perfect example of what a SOC analyst does. This is just a typical example of what he does. But there are a lot of things you could do a day to day, which you will come across in the course of learning. I hope I was able to get you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Chukwuka Ogi, I can see your hands is up, please. Hello, Chukwuka Ogi, are you there? In the absence of Chukwuka Ogi, Blessing Akpan, please, can you carry on?
Hello. Good afternoon. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Carry on, please.
Okay. Thank you so much for your presentation. It's nice. I'm glad having opportunity to join. Please, my question is this way: how can we join the boot camp? I hear you talk about the boot camp.
Um, that will be addressed by the moderator. They just hang around and they will address that afterwards.
Okay, okay. If that's the case, let me keep other question because I wanted to know in the boot camp the area of the cybersecurity specialists that we are going to pass through, and if there will be any recommendation for remote job after the training and internship and others. But let me keep it till they come up. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Mary Gideon, can you carry on, please?
Hello, can you hear me?
Mr. Please hold on. Please hold on. I called you earlier, but hold on. Let me carry on with Mary.
Okay.
Mary Gideon, please. Can you carry on? I can hardly hear you, Mary. Please, I can hardly hear you. Can anybody hear Mary?
No,
Yes,
can
I'm
you hear?
hearing you.
Okay. I can't hear you, Mary. I'm sorry. Let's carry on with Chuka, please. Maybe sort your device, your audio device. We can't hear you clearly. Chuka, okay, can you please carry on?
Okay, thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you clearly.
Yeah, I've listened to so many seminars like this, but I think yours is so, as in, I like the way you conducted the whole thing. I really appreciate. Thank you for your time and everything. So basically, my question is just one question because I have started learning cybersecurity for quite some time now, and I'm actually going to the area of pen testing, ethical hacking. Get so like my question is number one. I don't know if the boot camp will have a kind of a community in the boot camp because I know community is something that helps to propagate like an individual you get in terms of getting to meet people, people that have same like minds with you. You get people that can still help. You get, you
Yeah.
understand? So, and that's the first question. I don't know if the boot camp have a kind of a community that people can get to meet like minds, and that's one. Number two, the you talk about the OS as the OS, the Linux, Mac, and Windows.
Yeah.
So, but basically, what I've seen so far is the Linux is very very important in terms of when it comes to more of hacking. The command line is more, it's faster. You get it's faster, and I believe that I feel that is a compulsory requirement you get when it comes to pen testing. So I want clarification, but the way you put it, it sounds as if any of them can still work. But I feel that even if like Windows, most people are familiar with Windows, everybody have Windows, you get, and few
Yeah.
people have Mac. So Windows is more popularized, you get. But I feel that I want a clarification to know if it's actually a necessity, not just something that you just need to know. It's a necessity because I want to be sure that I feel that most of the videos I watch, some of the things that I know, like, but I'm still going to Linux because my Linux is my next step. I've started networking. I'm almost done with networking, so I'm going into Linux. But listening to to your teachings, you get, I'm kind of interested in like the boot camp because I like the way you broke down so many things. You get, I've been quiet all this while. I've just been following up with your classes, and I'm very impressed. You get, thank you very much. So the Linux I want to be sure about the Linux to be sure that if it's basically not really a requirement, not really something that you can if you know Windows is not really important because for me I feel that it's a necessity that you must know how to work with Linux, the command line. You should know it as a pen tester. So I want a clarification for both the Linux aspect and also the community aspect. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Linux is for an ethical hacker, right? You if you have Linux, your limit is, you're almost limitless. You're almost limited. I'm not saying the thing you actually face that you might not succumb, you might not surpass. I mean, but you are almost limitless. That's the right word to use because I want to say you're limitless. Linux is actually good for hacking, right? It has some would I say follow com tools or follow com features for you, but it's not a compulsory like if you don't have Linux you can't hack. There are people hacking with a Mac OS. There are people hacking with Windows OS. I, for example, I'm using a Windows OS. I'm using a HP Victus, right? But I have Kali Linux installed on my HP Victus, which allows me to be able to do some ethical hacking. Did you get? So Linux is not a compulsory necessity, but if you have it, if you get it, I'll recommend it anytime, any day. But for you to actually operate a Linux OS, right, your device capability needs to be very, very high. You cannot put a Linux OS on a a basic entry level laptop. So just hang. You will not even do your work, right? So it is. I hope I'm able to break it down for you and make it differentiate it for you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. Who else? Who else? Maybe Gideon. Have you been able to sort your audio, please?
Sorry, what about the community? So sorry, so sorry.
Oh,
We
okay. So
need the
yes, yes. The boot camp, obviously, where you learn together, you actually get to you get to meet people and make friends with people, and then you can be able to develop a community. But a community is not limited only to the bootcamp people, right? You could also on your own, right, reach out to people. You have met me. You will meet other people right in the bootcamp who also learn faster, be able to brush up with you get that kind of thing. So community is not limited to only one place, right? You could actually expand your. I, for example, I can't count how many committees I am in, right? It's a lot. It's crazy. It's a lot.
okay, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Maybe Gideon. Have you been able to sort your audio, please?
Hello, good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon. I can hear you clearly now. Thank you.
Okay. You're talking about a colleagues of yours. I think you said you left before you joined the TD academic. That he was negotiating with an hacker, and in the course of negotiation, he sent a malware to the hacker. But you didn't finish. Is it that he took over their system and he was able to get back what they act from TD academic? I want to know about that.
Yeah, yeah. So he was able to get a hold of the hacker's system and was able to decrypt, right? Decrypt what. So first of all, for you to be able to do those things, you need to understand a lot of protocols. You need to understand how some malware works. That's what I was talking about. If you were listening and during the course, I said you need to be abreast with a lot of things happening in the cybersecurity world. This malware, these viruses, how do they work? What is this guy using, right? You need to understand those. If you understand those things, you need to break down some things. So what he did was send a malware, his own malware, right, to get access to his own Trojan horses, get access to the hacker's device. He was able to understand. He knows what he was looking for, so he was fast and quick, right? He knows what he was looking for. Went straight to what he was looking for. How he did it, I do not know how he did it because I did not meet him. I wish I'm able to meet him so I can learn from people like that, right? He was able to go straight to what he was looking for and decrypt everything there was in. And then after he decrypted, he now beefed up the security at TD Africa. So the hacker was not able to get back in, right? So what his initial mission was. Is that fine, Mary?
Yes, thank you.
All right. Any other questions, anybody? All right. I guess in the absence of none, and that's my cue for the moderators to take over, please. Thank you, guys.
Oh, okay. We have Wisdom Steven. We have someone. Wisdom
Oh,
Steven,
okay.
please unmute your mic.
I think Wisdom is out. Blessing Akpan is raising a hand again. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, carry on, Mr. Blessing. Mr. Blessing, we can't hear you.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Please carry on.
Yes. Yes. My question was that I could have been very happy we have the presentation slide in the group for us to please have a story of it. Are you hearing me? Hello?
Okay, yeah. So you guys will have the recording. The the slide is part of the recording, so you guys have the recording in the group.
Okay, the slide is not available.
I think is that the moderators will get back to you. You can always ask the moderators on how to get the slide. They will get back to you on that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Abimbola Olamide, please carry on, please. Mr.
Good
Sorry,
afternoon.
yes, Miss Abimbola. Sorry.
Good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear
Good
me?
afternoon. We can hear you clearly.
Okay. I must say this is a very beautiful presentation, right? Like I was really able to relate with what cybersecurity.
Since Abimbola is out, we cannot see her anymore. But Miss Abimbola, in case you get back, you could drop a message in the group and address it to me. I'll respond to you.
Okay, thank you very much. Ms. Abimbola, if we are not done by the time you get back, you can as well drop your question in the comments. We're going to respond to it. I'm trying to see if we have some questions in the comments. I saw someone. Okay, Mr. Steven, there are some questions for you in the comments. Someone requested for your recommendation on what kind of PC or laptop specs they can use. Could you please answer that while I check for other messages?
Um, I would say at least you need a laptop of processor of Core i5, um, a very large RAM space because RAM, if you are to operate like for an ethical hacker, right? If you are to operate a Kali Linux or Linux OS, it takes a lot of RAM size. So you are saying something about um, at least 16 gig RAM. So a system that has 16 gig RAM pre-installed already, like came from the manufacturer 16 gig RAM. Because when you go to the market, some sellers will tell you that oh, no one will have 16 gig RAM. So some sellers will tell you they have 16 gig RAM, and meanwhile they put 8 gig RAM and 8 gig RAM to the partition. They install it themselves, and those kind of systems will not last long for you. You need to get system that is on the body. They wrote 16 gig RAM, follow come. You understand? Core i5 basically. These are kind of the specifications you need. From when you get the Core i5 16 gig RAM upward, then you can now start, going about different specs. I would say it all depends on your budget, right? Um, there are a lot of things, there are a lot of systems you could get around. I'm not a very good device guy, right? I just know that system I'm using is actually really good for my work. Who else?
Okay, Olamide, I can see that you're back. Please, could you just ask your questions in the general group? You can still have conversations in your cybersecurity group. Your facilitator is in the group, and I'm sure he would make time to communicate with you guys. I want to give an opportunity to someone from CareerLeap to come talk to you about the boot camp. Any question you have about this class, you can start communicating on your group as we speak now. You can start texting. Your facilitator is there and he will take his time to respond to you. Okay, thank you very much. I'm so sorry we may not be able to take any more questions at the moment, but please send your questions to the group. You'll get your responses there. Mr. God's gift, you can proceed to talk to them about the bootcamp. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody.
All right, thank you so much, Samira. Thank you so much, Samuel, Stephen, for your time. It has been a high opener as regards cybersecurity. I, for one, understand the opportunities in the cybersecurity field and space, and this is actually one of our classes that had a lot of people looking at the fact that they understand the importance of this particular sector for companies, for large organizations, right? And the goal for this is, of course, is to make sure that you also tap into, everyone here also tap into the opportunities and the opportunities, of course, available in the cybersecurity space. Now, this is not to let everybody be like, oh, after this session, that is done. No, it's not. It's not done. There's still a lot to be done, and you've seen the reason cybersecurity is important, how much you can actually earn, and Stephen is actually an example to the possibility that you have when you actually put your career into or having a portfolio or having an idea or having becoming a professional, of course, in the cybersecurity space. I was saying something yesterday that the next 5 years, generative AI is going to be taking all over the world. And one thing that stood out when I read that article was cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is one of them, and the people or professionals in the cybersecurity space are not much. So imagine you being part of the percentage that are going to be thriving in this particular sector. That's why, of course, we are having this 3 months boot camp, right? This 3 months boot camp where you get to learn, you get to get groomed and mentored. It's not about just coming to learn it. It's about after this boot camp, were you able to get a job? Can you sell yourself effectively as a cybersecurity analyst or a specialist? Can you actually use your skill to get a job? What are those things or marketable things you need to do to ensure that you don't just learn it, you'll be able to get a job? Because I've seen people will be like, oh, I've applied to a lot of jobs, I've done this, I've done that, and all those good stuff. But the thing is this, it's not about just applying. Do you have a mentor that can guide you? Do you have someone that can also groom you? Do you have a community you can actually ask questions and thrive in? And that is why this bootcamp is very important for everyone to actually learn or join. Right, I believe Stephen must have said a lot of big words that because most of us here are novice. You are not a professional in this thing. You are novice, and some of those words may sound so huge, so big that you can't actually comprehend. And at the end of the day, you are feeling, oh, this is actually a lot to take in. Don't worry, during the boot camp, everything is going to be broken down bit by bit. That you yourself, if you wake up in the morning and you've been asked, tell me about this, you're able to explain it effectively to the person that needs to hear it. All right, so why this bootcamp? Now, this bootcamp is actually a CSR initiative of CareerLeap. Normally, if you want to learn cybersecurity, you should be paying nothing less than 500 to 600,000 naira or even more, right? This is just on the average. You can be paying, depending on the organization, paying about 1 million naira, because if you understand how this sector is, right, the massive opportunities in it is actually a lot. So your investment in this thing is actually very small. Your investment is actually very small. That's why when I say it's like it's a CSR initiative of CareerLeap, and only those that are able to access these opportunities now, because opportunities are not when it comes to opportunities like these, they're not a lot, right? That's why for us, we are going to be charging for the 3-month bootcamp 150,000 naira, so you can pay in installment 50,000 naira per month, right? 50,000 naira per month. So you can do that installment payment, or you can also just pay at once. And this 3 months is just about not about the 3 months. You also have an additional 2 months extra to the 3 months, which involves job opportunities, marketing, selling and marketing yourself, portfolio, and several other things. Now, yesterday we had a software development class, and one of the guys that actually passed through our software development training a while back came on board, and one thing he said to the audience that actually captivates me and was very motivating was the fact that if you wake up in the morning and you look around you and you are satisfied with what you're seeing, then you don't have to move on with this pathway. You don't have to move on because, of course, you are okay. But if you wake up in the morning and you see that where you currently had your bedroom or your house is not satisfying to you, then you need to take action, right? You need to take action. You don't actually need motivation. What you need is ask yourself sincerely, is this something you want to do? Is this something you want to be part of? Opportunities like this don't come a lot. So that's why if you are interested in starting this journey with us in February, right? In fact, I will even drop the account details for you to start making your payment. If, of course, you know that 2025 is a year to make big wins, to make at least you learn something, because I've seen people that from January to December, they never learned anything in 2024, and they still come again. They will have this New Year resolution, this big things they want to do. After 2 months, they'll be like, oh, I'm tired. I don't think I can't anymore. Just give up and be like, everybody will be all right. You know what I mean? But time is going. The next 5 years, you ask yourself, I wish I had done this. I wish I had done this. All right. So the thing is this, right? For you to get started, if you don't have this particular fund you are actually investing in your career for, then you are not actually the person you are looking for, right? So you're not the person you're looking for. It's just like 50,000 naira CSR thing we are doing for you, and I think everyone should be able to like jump on this opportunity. Aside that, for undergraduates still in their studies, we are also trying to penetrate into every universities in Nigeria to teach them about these things, so that they will be able to like get jobs before graduating from their universities, or be able to like stand out when they graduate or before they graduate from their university. So expect us in your universities as we move on in this thing. So once again, our advice that you register if you're interested. My colleague just sent the registration link. If you know you want to start, please fill that form. Not that you just fill the form and you're not ready to do anything. So it's for only people that are ready to kickstart this journey with us in February. All right, this journey with us in February. So if you're ready to start, please fill that form and then we'll take it over from there. So thank you once again for joining. Thank you, Samira, for doing a fantastic moderation. Thank you, Stephen, for taking time out of your busy schedule to address us, to teach us, to educate us, and to pick from your knowledge, right? So thank you very much, Stephen, once again. Really appreciate your time and your effort, and we hope to do bigger things together in the long run. So for everyone on this call, we have another class coming up on the this today, I think 2 p.m. It's for those that want to do product management, right? Those that want to do product management and project management. Samira will speak more about that. For now, thank you very much, and we can't wait to be part of the success story, right? But before I go, right, if for those that want to study abroad, say you want to study abroad, right? Cybersecurity, you want to get a master's in cybersecurity, right? It's very good that you learn this course. It gives you an upper hand when you are applying to those schools, and when you get to the school abroad, say the US or Canada or whatever country you decide to go to, you already have the skill, and to give you an edge in getting the job much more faster, or in securing a side gigs or side jobs upon graduation and all those good stuff, right? So about the money for this education, like I said during yesterday's class, I mentioned that we can fund you up to $100,000 to study in this country. But of course, having a skill that can give you leverage when you eventually get to that country is very important, and cybersecurity is one of them, right? So thank you very much once again. Can't wait to be part of your success story. Samira, over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gibbs. Thank you, everybody. So the cybersecurity group has been opened. You guys can start having conversations there. Please do not spam, do not post any advertisements on that platform. If you do, you will be removed. As earlier mentioned, we have product management coming up by 2 p.m. and we have product design coming up by 6 p.m. So, I know that you may have registered for cybersecurity, but for those who are trying to transition into tech or just, are newbies in tech, you may not necessarily have a full idea of what exactly you want to do. And it is imperative that you try out or learn about different skill sets, and then you make up your mind on which one you really want to take on. And this is an opportunity for you to do so. If you are on the general group, all of the links have been sent there. All of the meeting links have been added to the group. You can just join. It is free, right? Just take advantage of this. And as Gosgift has also mentioned, our tech skill, our bootcamp is coming up in February. For those who've been asking questions in the comment section, it's also an opportunity for you to get more in-depth insights into cybersecurity, product management, product design, project management, software engineering, and the like, and get certification, internship opportunities, job opportunities, and build a community for yourself, right? So we look forward to seeing you in February. All information that you need about that will be given in your individual groups and in the general group as well. If you have any questions, just drop on the group and an admin would respond to you. Do we have any more questions? Please, if you do, before we end this class, let me just take them. Do you have any questions, please? Okay, I don't see any questions. Okay, Mr. Ebenezer. So sorry, Mr. Ebenezer, there's a distortion on your end. I think the headset you're using might be causing some form of noise. So I can't hear you clearly. I can't hear you, sir.
Can you now?
Yes, it's better.
Okay. Once again, I say thank you for this kind of opportunity you are bringing to the women of Nigerian. And my question is to come in form of plead and the lies. Yes, we actually know what the cybersecurity wants to just get the knowledge. We know what it costs outside there, or from your own magnanimity, you have tried to bring it down to that level, and it is still a plead. If some percentage can still go down from that, so that because these amounts you said now, you discover that very many folks that are willing to
Mr. Ebenezer, if you can't afford it, then you are not worried, because well, this is not a negotiating thing. Like you've said, it's something magnanimous. How do you speak English that we're doing? So it's not on negotiation. I think this conversation shouldn't be. We shouldn't be having this conversation here, right? So that's just like I said before. If it's something you can't actually afford, then I don't think we should be having that conversation. Actually, thank you.
I'm sorry, I did not actually speak of myself, but I think the amount is not too much for me. I'm just trying to
Yeah, I believe other people can speak for themselves too, right, Mr. Ebenezer? Let them speak for themselves. Yeah, thank you. Due to time, so we can jump to the next session. Thanks. So, Samira, please.
Okay, Virginia Terminal. Let me have a question, please. Virginia, your hands are raised. Virginia Tamno, if you're speaking, I can't hear you. Your mic is still muted. Okay, that may have been a mistake. So at this point, we're going to be drawing the curtain on this meeting in preparation for the next meeting. Okay, Virginia. Virginia Tamno, do you have a question? Mr. Blessing Apan, please proceed with your question, sir.
Okay, my question is the fee. How much is for the training or the boot camp? It was breaking. I only have a way of 3 months, but the cost of the training and the courses that will be covered during the training.
Okay, Mr. Blessing, the training according to Mr. Blessing, he mentioned 50,000 naira. The course outline will definitely be shared in the groups. You can start joining, you can start registering, right? I don't think that requires a payment yet. Just show your interest. You see all of the details that you need there. If you want to proceed, then you can make your payment.
Okay, so let me just to clarify, Mr. Blessing, it's 150,000 naira, but you can pay installments, right? 50,000 naira per month for the duration, right? And if you want to pay immediately,
okay,
yes,
I'm not
definitely.
hearing the amount. Drop in the group now.
All right, it will be communicated. Just fill the form on our website. Someone will reach out to you, please. Thank you.
Is it
Samira,
50,000 or 150,000?
150,000 naira, sir.
So 150,000 for 3 months. You can pay instrumentally 50,000 naira monthly. Mr. Blessing,
All right,
did you
Samira,
get that?
please. You can continue, please. Thank you. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Virginia, please, you can ask your question in the general group or in your cybersecurity group, and we'll attend to you. Thank you very much, everybody. It was such an honor to have each and every one of you here, and I hope that whatever lessons you have learned here would actually kickstart your journey into cybersecurity or tech generally. And we look forward to seeing you win. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day. But if you enjoyed this particular lecture, can I see your emojis? Can I see your reactions in the comments as we move forward? Let me see your reactions in the comments if you enjoyed. Let's give a clap to Mr. Steven just to say thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys.